What's up, YouTube? ODST General back again with another Operation Trebuchet news update. This is hard for me to get back into the swing of things, guys. It's been like 3 weeks since I've recorded an OpTray news video. It's been super crazy with work. There's been a lot of stuff shown off. Now, with that being said, I might make some mistakes here. I might miss some things. God, I'm already making mistakes. Anyways, I might miss some things as far as covering news. Bear with me. If there is anything I miss and it was something you worked on, just send me a DM or let me know in the comments. I will include it in the next video. Because I've been so busy, I haven't had as much time as usual to actually go through and look through multiple different Discords and Reddit and stuff like that to actually follow up on the news. With that being said, there is a ton of really juicy stuff going on right now, guys, and it's all going to get you pumped, I think. I definitely am pumped anyways. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Starting off on the smaller side, Thomas is working on the Scorpion tank. As far as the Scorpion tank goes, he is adding a coaxial machine gun recoil to it. The coaxial machine guns, of course, already been on there. It now has recoil. Nothing major there, like I said. A nice little quality of life feature, just small details to actually really get the model to a perfect state, as it were, as close to perfect as you can get, I should say. Thomas is also working on the Lance. The Lance, of course, sat in development limbo for quite a while there. It was nearly completed and then just kind of got stopped. It ran into a number of issues and it just never got revisited. Thomas took the base from the Scythe and copied it over to the Lance and is making final tweaks to it to make sure that it actually fires properly. It's not going to tip over, go flying off into space. So yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff. I know a lot of people have been waiting quite a while for the Lance because, again, it's been sitting there just so close to finish teasing us. So that's pretty cool stuff. I'm very excited for that. Then we have sound effects stuff. So Meows and stuff has been adding a number of new sound effects for the various weapons in OpTray. I want to show off some of those to you guys. This is not everything that's been worked on. I don't have all of these recorded, and given how many there are, I don't even know if these are all the most up-to-date versions of these sound effects, but just to give you guys an idea of what you might expect as the final result when we start to see these actually fully released. So I want to go ahead and stop talking for a minute, let these audio clips I do have play, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the sound effects, and if you guys do have any feedback on any sound effects, you know, on the OpTray Discord, of course, is the place to let them know be courteous and stuff, of course, when it comes to that feedback. But yeah, if you guys do have anything to input on it, now's the time. Other than that, let's go ahead and move on. So in addition to all that other stuff, there was actually just an update pushed here, which I missed. A number of assets that were previously hidden, as well as some new assets, were added to the Operation Trebuchet dev build, which include a number of new city pieces. This includes new service roads created by Kenny, previously hidden highway signs, and super walls and stuff, which I'm assuming were both from Bradster. I don't actually know because those are older assets and they were created ages ago. But they've been tucked away back in the game files, hidden. You know, you could use them for map making purposes and stuff. So if you had access to the game files and you were doing the terrain builder thing, you could use them. But for the purposes of Eden and stuff, they were tucked away in a place where the majority of users could not actually access these files. So they are now publicly open, and you can just place them down in Eden, which is awesome. So then we have First Contact News, and First Contact News has some really awesome stuff. Starting us off, we have Nido Wizard with updates to Coldlands and Arcadia. I've only got B-roll footage for Arcadia, but both maps did get updated since my previous video. My favorite of the two is Arcadia, though, and it is just an absolutely awesome looking map. This kind of tropical jungle-like environment is very cool. A lot of really neat structures and areas that I just kind of want to get in there and properly explore in a mission. And it's a nice big map with a lot of space to actually just do all sorts of different missions and stuff. So that's really neat. However, probably a little bit bigger news for a lot of people is that the Covenant will be getting some new weapons for its sandbox. The Pulse Carbine and Brute Mangler are getting added. Thomas is working on integrating these into the mod. However, the models are from Glitch 5970, who is not a part of the Operation Trebuchet dev team. These were publicly sourced from an outside open source place, and basically the big caveat with using these is that Glitch is actually credited for the models and everything, which the Optree dev team is going to do. With that being said, the pictures and stuff you guys are seeing probably aren't final. Of course, they're still working on getting these integrated and everything, but the materials weren't necessarily designed for armor, so they'll probably need some new materials and stuff for the models, I would guess. Other than that, that's pretty cool, but that's all we have for the official mod. So we're going to go ahead and move over to community. So as far as community goes, we had some really awesome things here. The Gamma helmets, the Spartan helmets for the regular Marines that were at one point public and then turned private, which was, of course, a big controversy in the community at the time and a major bummer for a lot of folks, are public again. So if you guys want to check out all these Spartan helmets that are for regular Marines, they are in there. They are back in the public's eye. And of course, those are in the mod list too. So go ahead, check those out. They're very awesome. I'm very excited to have those back out for everybody again. So then we also have some stuff from the first MEU, which really expands the Covenant sandbox. And these are probably where a lot of you guys are really going to go nuts. So the first of these is actually a model that's kind of in Operation Trebuchet, but it was never fully completed or integrated how it should have originally been integrated. That is the Needler. So the Needler is actually completed for Operation Trebuchet, but because of the way it functions, they've never actually officially released it because they have not been able to get it working how it works in the actual Halo games. Now, the first MEU has decided to forego that. As best I can tell, the Needler does not have any lock-on functionality. The rounds don't track. They don't super combine or anything, but it is a devastating weapon. I just decided, while showing it off, you know what, I want to shoot an elite next to me with shields, and they shredded his shields. This is an absolutely disgusting weapon. The rounds do seem to be fairly slow, which is kind of interesting, but they do also seem very accurate compared to what a Needler might be if it was not tracking. But still a very cool weapon. Now, I wanted to do something that was kind of like those 3D model size comparison charts that you guys have probably seen online before, where it starts off with something super tiny and then gets real big. I just didn't want to do a full commitment to like something on the ground and like go to these massive things. But I kind of did that. I just couldn't get it to work quite how I wanted to. Anyways, to show off our next assets from the first MEU, let's do that. So we have the Drake class, and then we've got like all these other ships that you guys are familiar with, the frigate and the halberd. But there's the CRS mixed in, which the CRS is the smallest Covenant static ship that has been added in, about the same size as the halberd. Then we have the CCS classes. These come in bluish and a purple color. And then the Covenant CAS class. At least I believe it's a CAS class. And this thing is massive. It is a beast of a machine. And to be honest, like, the Drake looks very, very small, but just bear in mind, the Drake is actually a fairly large ship when you actually get up close to it. And if you're looking at it from the ground, the Drake is actually very large. That thing is tiny in comparison to this static ship. It is insane looking at these things next to each other. It's so crazy. And you put like an elephant or something that's still very sizable on the ground next to the Drake, and I promise you, that's still going to look pretty darn small in comparison. Whew. Yeah, so anyways, guys, I tried to compact that down as much as possible. Again, I may have missed some stuff. I do apologize if that's the case. Actually, we did miss one thing. I didn't note it. I was talking to somebody about it, and I didn't put it in my notes because I was literally talking to him while I was writing my notes up. So we actually have another very big project going on. Now, this is actually a culmination of a big community effort from MOO. That is the mission builders of Operation Trebuchet. These guys are a culmination of developers from Operation Trebuchet, as well as other development teams and units and stuff like that. And they are recreating New Mombasa from scratch. And this has been something that a lot of people have talked about and kind of tried doing, but this is the first time where I've actually looked at this project and I've gone, they're going to do it. They're going to do a really awesome job of it, and it's going to be mind-blowing. Now, there isn't very much. The map is actually publicly available now. You can go and download it, but there is very little on the actual map. So you guys are going to see the B-roll footage from that. Where they're actually at as far as individual projects, which have not yet been integrated into the wider map, is much further along. So we'll show off both of those to you guys, but this is still very cool. And there's all these iconic areas, such as the, New Mombasa Nature Reserve. They're doing Old Mombasa in there. A lot of cool stuff. So I've already added MOO into the links on the mod list page as well, so important discords and stuff like that. So if you go onto the mod list and you guys want to check out their work firsthand, or if you want to help contribute to this project, head to the mod list, which is in the description below. If I remember, or if I'm around when this video actually releases tomorrow evening, I will try to add it and pin it into the comments, but of course I can only do that after the video's gone live. So that's just going to be wholly contingent on whether or not I'm actually here when the video releases, because I always preset these to release usually the night before or earlier in the day prior to the video going live. All right, guys. With that being said, that is now everything. And again, if there is anything I missed, let me know in the comments below or DM me through Discord, and we'll include it as a correction either in the comments or in the next video, depending on what exactly it is. All right, guys, take it easy. I will see you all in the next one.